Welcome to Buy, Hold, Sell. I'm James Marley. Joining me is Chris Stott from Wilson's and Jeremy Bendeich from Avoca. We're talking IPOs. We're going to take a close look at the new kids on the block. Chris, let's start with you. Dick Smith Holdings.
Dick Smith's to sell, James. All the operational efficiencies have been realised with that business over the last year or so when they bought it off Woolworths. Tough industry, electronics is tough, so sell.
Okay. Jeremy, Dick Smith, have they cleaned it up enough to keep you interested?
They probably cleaned it up, but the industry is tough. They haven't made their sales in their first half result. It's trading at 10 times. Probably wouldn't give them the benefit of the doubt at that sort of PE, so it's a hold for us.
Okay. Vocation, education, training, is that the sort of market that you'd be looking to get into?
Looks good, but it's funded by the government, and the government is making cutbacks in this area because it's been too much of an expenditure in the past. I don't like corporate welfare, and neither do governments, so I think there's a bit of risk around this one. It's a sell.
Okay, too much exposure.
Too much exposure.
Chris, Vocation had a great run after the IPO. Do you guys still like this?
It's done well, and now it's a sell, James. It's overvalued. We haven't really, there's no real track record from the company at this point in time, so until we see some further runs on the board there, it's a sell.
Okay. Veda Group, we're talking about credit checking. It's been a great business. It's been around for a long time. Do you like what you said?
True hold for us. So yeah, great industry, great management team. Good trajectory on earnings growth in the future, but short term the P looks a little bit higher for us. But we're looking to buy this one at lower levels. So hold for now.
Okay, that's a hold. Jeremy, what about you? Do you like Veda?
Yeah, it's a hold sort of sell at 27 times PE with 10 to 15% EPS growth for the next 2 years. There's a bit of risk around that if they don't achieve it. Longer term, there's a new entrant coming into the market. 80% of their client base are banks, and banks don't like paying through the nose, so they do try to increase some competition there. But it's a hold.
Okay. Nine Entertainment. We had a great summer of cricket. The share price has performed well. What's your view on Nine?
Nine's been a little bit of a surprise from the prospectus forecasts in the first half result. They're doing a little bit better. They're making some good ratings gains. This stock's got potential to have further gains and could be a good buy.
Okay, it's a buy. Chris, is it a buy for you?
Nine's a buy for us too, James. So strong momentum. We think on the ratings over the next 1 to 2 years, particularly we think they can take share off market leader Channel 7. Good program lineup, good management team. It's a buy.
Okay. What's your sector special on the IPOs?
Beacon Lighting. So it hasn't listed yet. Mid-April it comes to the boards on the ASX. Retail lighting stores. Well managed business. Good track record over the longer term. Store rollout program we think can grow their earnings over the medium to longer term, so it's a buy for us.
Okay, Jeremy, is the one in the recent IPO space that you like?
Yeah, we like FREELANCER. We didn't take it in the float, but we bought it subsequent after we saw an entry opportunity. We think it's got an incredible story behind it in terms of its ability to arbitrage labour between developed countries and developing countries and via the internet, and we think that's a real trend that's going to take off.
Okay,
it's a big buy.
So a buy on FREELANCER. So that's the story on the new kids on the block.